Are you new in DERAIL Valley? Did you just get that in a sale? Do you want to understand how things work here in this game? Hi, my name is Roxor, and in this video I'm gonna show you 10 tips how you can start right away in DERAIL Valley. So how to get locomotives? That's very easy actually. You just need to move around in the station you're in. Beware though, some stations don't have any locomotives, and if you just did the tutorial, then you're only allowed to take the DE2. This is how it looks like, a very short one, very yellow one, and also it says DE2 on the side here, so this is most probably the first one that you have a license for. And then if you want to check other things out, like for example this locomotive here, for example, I want to beam in this, and then you see you need a license for that one, and because of that I cannot use the DM3 yet. So if you want to get a specific locomotive because you got a new license, it could be that in the town you're currently in that is not available. So then just take out your trusted map and click on the yellow circle on the town you want to go to and then check there. You can also switch between places or just move around the map and then see if the loco that you wanted to use will spawn somewhere. By the way, fast traveling. This brings me to the map. This is something that I did not understand in the beginning, so I traveled everywhere by locomotive. Hey cat, you're actually able, this is now in VR, to use the finger, click here and then say fast travel either alone or fast travel with a locomotive if you are in one, and then go to the specific spot. Beware though, right now I'm in the comfort mode, so it costs me nothing, but if I would be using the realism mode it would cost quite a lot, and that could easily drain your wallet. But that actually brings me to my next tip. Here you can see that the difficulty for the sandbox is right now a comfort, but you are actually able in the settings menu for the sandbox and for the career mode to just simply change the difficulty here with this button. Also, if you really want to get into the details, you do have this little wheel thingy that you can use to go through all the presets and through all the settings that you have if you want to apply something on your own or even create your own difficulty. So this also applies to fast travel. If you're in realistic mode, my tip is move back into the main menu, change back to comfort if you're looking for a specific locomotive, move around the map, then you find the loco, then get back into this menu, then set it back to realistic and continue your game. There's one important thing to mention though, and that is if you set the difficulty to realistic, you will have only one save slot available. If you do have any derailments or any problems or anything at all, you run out of cash or anything like that, you only have one save. And if you have autosave enabled, it could be that you dug yourself into a hole and you need to get out somehow then. But if you change back to other difficulties, you can actually load things before you set the difficulty to realistic, not within the time frame where you were in that difficulty. So let's say now you got your locomotive, you're at a specific town and you want to start. But where do you actually get orders? And there are two ways to find this out. The first way is just to move around in the town and look for the building that has a green blinking light on top. There are several different buildings available in the world, so the building will not look the same, but it will always have the green light on top, and then you can move into the building and get any orders. The other way is to use your station map. So here you can see the areas where you get specific cargoes or you need to unload them. And there you also see this little orange icon, which is referring to this building here. So this area here is the area which has the B in front. There you see that, B3S. And B right next to B, there's the station building. So if you're somewhere around here, just make sure that you get to the A page of the town you're in. A is always the overview page, and then you can move to the station as well. So what are orders though? We are now in the station office and I have selected 3 different order types. There is freight haul, logistical haul and shunting, which I am showing you here, and you can see several things on those sheets. First of all, you see where you gonna move from and where you're gonna go. So this is always the destination on the lower line here. And you can see how heavy the cargo is. This is very important in the beginning. And also you can see the license requirements. So this is the one that you get after the tutorial. But this one here is different. You need to have the long license and the logistical haul license as well. And for shunting, you need a different license altogether. This is still in the realms of the DE2, 220 tons, so I could use either of those three with my beginning licenses. So let me just briefly put up on screen what kind of licenses are available, so you can see specific unlock trees. For example, you need to have a couple of specific licenses, concurrent licenses and such, to actually be able to get other things. Manual servicing on the right hand side is also a very interesting one, but if you want to get to the real good engines, you need to have unlocked a couple items first. Please keep in mind though that I did not include any copay changes here, and then also any time bonus changes. So if you want to start a specific order, just take that in your hand and put that in VR into the insert delivery order slot, or if you use non-VR, you can aim at the slot and then just press E. In the career manager, also in the station office, you're able to look into any licenses that you want to get. So for example, if I wanted to understand the manual service license and what it would bring and what it would cost, I can select that item, use print and take out this sheet to get an understanding. And here you see that it will cost me 20 grand, and then also the insurance copay will go up by 7,000, which means if I get this license and I don't have any other licenses yet, that I need to pay after every delivery at least 7,100 bucks. The 100 is the starting copay. So it could be that you damage your cargo, that you damage your loco, and that obviously costs something because that needs to be repaired. You also need to refuel and all this stuff, and the insurance is covering that. But you need to copay a little bit before the insurance is actually starting. So if you would have costs of 6,000 bucks and you have a copay of 7,000 bucks, you would need to pay that on your own and the insurance would cover nothing. But if you have $8,000 in costs and you have a copay of 7,100, then the insurance would cover 900 bucks. I hope that was understandable, because I am for myself now confused. Which brings me to the stats window. So if you ever forget how much copay you actually have set up yet, you can go to stats, move into that overview, and here you can see that in this setup I do have 10,000 copay remaining and 10,000 total, and I do have a fee tolerance of 20,381 and time bonus deadline total minus 5%, and how many licenses I own. So you can look this up in the career manager all the time, no problem there. The signage and signals. There's one short tip I wanted to give you. You can make sure that you understand which way you're going because of the line. If it's showing to the left, that means you go to the left-hand track. If the white line is showing to the right, you're going to the right-hand track. And for the signage itself, I do have another video available. Just click on that and have a look on this, because that is a topic on its own. Also, just to add on this, if you have your trusty remote set to switch, you can actually aim at the switch, and if your difficulty allows that, you can see a little icon there that shows you in which direction that intersection is actually set up right now. So if I switch that to the right hand side, you can see the little arrow going to the right hand side. That's very helpful for VR and in bad weather conditions. Wheel screeching. So this is very audible and is a warning for you that you're going too quick. I'm gonna stop talking for a minute and just let you hear this. So aside from the fact that I completely bumped into the tunnel there, you could hear very clearly that you're about to derail. And if you hear this, apply any brakes that you've got, even if you come to a stop, because you are in the danger of derailing, as you just saw. Release the handbrake. This is most probably my evergreen. Always when I start this little thingy, I forget to actually release the handbrake. And there's one trick that I wanted to show you how I remember if I am actually setting things in the right direction. And that is the simple saying, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Now on the left-hand side, the handbrake is actually released and the things could move. And on the right-hand side, righty-tighty, things are set fixed. So those were my 10 beginner tips. Do you have anything else that we need to know? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this type of content or found it helpful, consider subscribing. And give not me a like, but the little beautiful locomotive. Thank you so much. I'm Roxor and see you next time.